definitely a very good deal in my opinion. So in this next topic, it looks like the EV tax credits might be at risk. And not because it's going to be April 1st or the end of March and it's going to come to an end, but because Senator Manchin does not like how the US Treasury is rolling out these EV tax credits. So we'll take a look at it because Reuters posted an article and Senator Manchin might actually sue the US Treasury regarding these EV tax credits. So we'll take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best United Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, but more on that later. All right, so let us take a look at this. We'll back up a little bit. If you don't know what is going on, there is a Model 3 and a Model Y, Tesla, of course, and both of these vehicles, as of today, March 30th or March 31st, qualify for a $7,500 federal tax credit if you take delivery by March 31st, because the Treasury and the IRS are supposed to issue more guidance on how the $7,500 federal tax credit is supposed to be, I guess, like disseminated to the vehicles and which vehicles will actually qualify. And so here's a great article from Edmunds where it actually goes into all the different guidelines of the EV tax credit. But the TLDR is basically you as an individual have to qualify as yourself, and the vehicle that you purchase also has to qualify. So pretty easily, Model 3 and Model Y qualify as of today, but it could end in 2 days, right? And when I say you as an individual has to qualify, it's based on your income. So if you're single, around $150,000 or under $150,000, you could reap the full benefit, all the way down to about $70,000 to $80,000. That's the threshold. Married people, I don't know. Actually, I never really looked at it, but you basically have to have a $7,500 tax liability or above. And if you're a W-2 employee, you pay taxes every single paycheck, so you basically get that all back. And there's tons of videos out there, and there's tons of videos on our channel that we talk about that tax credit, so you can kind of watch that to go into all of that. But Senator Manchin does not like how the EV tax credit is being rolled out by the Treasury and the IRS, but maybe more specifically because commercial vehicles actually qualify for the EV tax credit. And so what manufacturers have been doing is they've been rolling that $7,500 federal tax credit that they get because they are a financial company, a lease company, and rolling it right down to the customers on leases. And so we went to go check out a EQS today because there is basically a stack of discounts where you can actually get on top of that. And I actually saw on a web dealer website some pretty interesting stuff where I'll show you exactly what I am talking about. So on a Mercedes deal, you can see $7,500 lease bonus cash. You can see $2,500 electric rebate, $1,500 cash, and this and that. So these manufacturers are actually rolling this $7,500 federal tax rate right down to the consumers. And so that's kind of skirting what Manchin wanted with the $7,500 federal tax rate, because Manchin wanted America to reap the benefits of this $7,500 federal tax rate. He didn't want taxpayer credits or taxpayer money return to credits going to, where these batteries, minerals are being sourced from. And so that's where he put these two guidelines and restrictions into the $7,500 federal tax credit. You basically, $3,750 came from the battery minerals. It has to come from America or a free trade department, and $3,750 has to come from the battery components as we manufactured in the US or a free trade agreement. And it seems like a lot of the industry, a lot of these electric vehicles out there, the battery minerals don't come from America or free trade agreements. And a lot of vehicles also might not be manufactured or coming from America as well. And so that's why the Model 3 standard range is due to lose at least a portion or even the full amount of the $7,500 tax rate. That's why you see right here at the top of the screen on Tesla's website, $7,500 federal tax rate is anticipated to be reduced from Model 3 because potentially maybe the batteries are sourced from China and maybe the vehicle is also manufactured in China. So that's why this could actually change or completely disappear for the Model 3. But looking at the Model Y, it's a different story. It just says may qualify, and there's really no wording of any sort of disappearance. And so if we take a look at this article, Manchin doesn't seem to be very happy with it because the Treasury is kind of skirting around all of this, and potentially that's why we've been delayed on this, why we've been given the extension of this 3-month of being able to take advantage of this $7,500 federal tax credit for the Model 3 and Model Y, because the IRS kind of delayed the announcement of what vehicles actually qualify. And so this is not what he wanted. This is not what Senator Manchin wanted. And so he might go and try and sue the Treasury and the IRS, which I'm not sure what that could do. Maybe it could delay even more guidance being released potentially, which would be good for us, right? That we could buy more Model 3s and more Model Ys and get a $7,500 federal tax credit. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. I mean, we're supposed to get more news by the 31st of March, which is essentially today or tomorrow, whenever this video portion of the video comes out. But let me know what your thoughts on it. So it's going to be very interesting. But before we get into our next topic, we'll go into the live stream chat, because that's kind of the benefit of the live stream chat. You can ask any questions you want, and I get to almost every single one of them. But this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling Tesla, or even financing a Tesla. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide, which is links to all the resources I use to get the best possible deal at the best financing rate. So definitely check out if you're interested. Patreon link